This video is the first time that Riggs and I have worked another horse in the round pen.
Hey, bud. There you go. Good job.
When we first start out, I'm looking to control speed and direction of Dandy, the 2-year-old that we're working here.
There, good job, Riggs.
Dandy wanted to be a little pissy about being moved around with another horse, so you can see the head tossing and tail swishing, and he did kick at us some when we first started out. He was pretty happy to change directions to the inside when we first started. Granted, Dandy is halter broke and pretty gentle, but I wanted to rope him anyway, just because it's such a handy way to desensitize a horse. And it's a great thing for a future ranch horse to have to work through. Plus, it was an excellent learning opportunity for Riggs. I had roped my cattle before with him, but I'd never roped a horse before this time.
Hey, buddy. There you go. Come on. Hey.
Riggs is generally a very sensitive horse, and so it was a great opportunity for him to see the colt react to something and get excited, and for him to learn that he didn't have to get excited as well. Dandy wanted to be pretty sensitive about the rope going around his hind legs and offered to kick quite a bit, and he would often get it up under his tail like he has it right now. I just work with what I have as far as where the rope is going to be or where Dandy ends up kicking the rope to. I try to keep the pressure on until he is leveled out and moving comfortably, but sometimes it doesn't always work out that way. This whole time I'm trying not to allow him to rest near the gate going out of the round pen or by my other horses who are all hilariously watching this endeavor. Dandy very quickly gets comfortable with having the rope under his tail like that. He's mostly sensitive about it being down around his hind legs, right above his hocks.
There you go. Come on. Kind of just letting this guy wear this rope a little bit. He's never had anything touch him back there before, so this is kind of a new deal for him. And he wants to be kind of pissy about it. He's not scared of it, per se. He's just kind of crabby. And it's kind of the same thing with the flag.
I had moved him out with Riggs with the flag first, and he acted like he was more pissy about moving out than he was sensitive about the flag. And he was acting the same way with the rope.
I don't like that he got to rest after kicking right there. That wasn't very convenient. But he is more worried about having to work than he is about the flag. He's pretty good at kicking. That's not very convenient. Hey. Hey. There, that'll be better. He can't kick it off right there. It got between his hind legs. This is really good exercise for Riggs too, because he's never been asked to do this sort of thing before. So he's got to deal with all sorts of stuff all at the same time. And it's good for me too, as an aspiring roper, to have to deal with handling slack. There, he stepped over it again. Booger's kicky. Hey. He doesn't really want to rest anywhere other than this gate or my other horses here. So we'll just keep messing with him until he can.
I wasn't really looking for him to turn to the outside right there, but I kind of just went with it. It's a little tougher work in the other direction, just because you're not set up for it as a right-handed roper.
Ooh. This rope is, hey, it's extremely soft, so it has a lot of life to it. And it's nice for roping horses, but it's in turn also kind of a pain in the butt.
He's really wanting to be sticky towards both of the gates here, especially right next to the other horses.
Hey.
He offers to drift to a stop over here on the other side of the round pen, and I go ahead and let him. It's a nice change from him wanting to stop next to my horses the whole time. I have a little more control of the rope on the ground, so I went ahead and stepped off Riggs. Riggs is still in the middle of the round pen though, in this video.
Easy, buddy. Easy, buddy. It's okay.
It wasn't super convenient having Riggs in the middle there, but I didn't want to stop what I was doing with Dandy to take him out. But it was really good for him to watch this session, and I was very happy with him that he would stay in the middle of the round pen if I asked him to.
There you go. This is the only time where I will allow a horse to turn to the outside on purpose.
Here we are again with the touchy spot on Dandy.
Hey.
My issue up to this point has been when the rope gets onto that touchy spot on the outside of his right rear leg and he kicks, he can just kick it right off. And I can't really hold it in that spot, so he's been released to it up to this point, and that's not ideal. It's just been teaching him that he can kick it off. Right here is an excellent example of what I just explained. He just kicks it right off like it's no problem at all. Or kicks it up under his tail. Another issue that I had was I try to keep the pressure on until he relaxes and then release, but sometimes when I would release, he would kick again, so I'd have to pick it right back up. There are some places in here where it looks like I'm not giving him enough release or not releasing very often, and that's why.
Very good.
He continued to want to buddy up to my gates pretty much the whole session.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I get excited right there because the rope got around his right rear leg in a way that it wasn't going to kick off, which has been the trouble this entire time, is whenever he feels a little bit of pressure on the back of his right rear leg, he could kick, and it would come right off and fly over his head. So this way he actually had to wear it and learn that he needed to settle in order for the pressure to go away. It was an ideal situation. And he was not a very happy camper about it. It took quite a while for him to figure out that he couldn't kick it off. I put quite a bit of pressure on him right here because he's starting to crowd rigs and he needs to get back out on the outside of the round pen. My video is pretty bouncy, and that's just a testament to how much I'm being jerked on by the kicking. Here he finally starts to settle in. He's still a little touchy about it, but he's not just flat out kicking like he was before.
Hey, bud.
So I look for somewhere to quit so we can both take a breather. I was just getting over a cold, and so I was pretty beat.
Hey.
I wait for him to give me 2 eyes before I release.
Good. Good boy.
Once again, thanks for watching. It was a fun one.